of Gossip TV Africa. This is where we dissect and bisect all the happenings in the world of music across Africa and, of course, in Nigeria, especially. The three big guys, Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy have done this thingy year in, year out. And then yesterday we saw where Joy Akan came out to say he is going to be adding one more person to join the conversation, that is Rema, because of his input so far in the game. And then this has sparked a lot of reactions. So person are saying, no, that is rude. We cannot have Rema in the top four. Rema can never be a top four. It still remains top three, which are Davido, Wizkid, and Burna Boy. At the moment, nobody is attempting to near a top four because Rema only has one viral song and it could have been anybody. Siki had this last year, and that doesn't mean Siki is a top four. So it's because I think it's bringing like a lot of debate on Twitter saying no, Rema is a top four, no, he's not a top four. But then I'm asking you guys, do you think Rema is a top four? Anyways, guys, I want to say big thanks to our fans all over the world. Thank you for what you do. We appreciate you. We love you guys so much. By the way, we've made major updates for you guys. You can now stream us live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Just for you, we would do anything. Anyways, let's see what the news look like. We'll begin today's news on a very good note. Yesterday, we witnessed Made Kuti, the son of one of the sons of the Kutis, the grandson of Fela himself. We saw where he tied the knot with the love of his life, apparently. And then we saw where they were interviewed, and then the lady came out to say, while she was in secondary school, she met Made Kuti, and then Made Kuti was her school father. So apparently, this explains what you guys do in school with school father, school mother thingy. She said Made was a school father, and it began from there. And then Made went outside the country to study. He came back in 2018, and then they began a relationship. But anyways, congrats to this lovebirds, and we wish them a blissful home so far. Anyway, let's begin with Burna Boy as the first person on the news. Burna Boy yesterday told us when he said, until the lion tells the story, the hunter will always be the hero. And then people asking questions saying, who is the lion? And obviously, who is the hunter? Burna Boy today has been nominated in 4 categories at the 2023 Soul Train Awards. And then he got nominations like Album of the Year, which I told them, Best R&B and Soul Male Artist with Burna Boy, Best Collaboration with Sitting on Top of the World with 21 Savage, and then the Ashford and Simpson Writers Awards with obviously Sitting on Top of the World. Burna Boy has now earned back-to-back Best R&B and Soul Male Artist nominations at the Soul Train Award. 4 nominations. Hopefully, Burna Boy brings 1, 2, 3, or maybe the 4 of them back home. Burna Boy, Sitting on Top of the World, and Gunnar Fukumin are in close race for number 1 on this week published US urban radio media-based charts. Sitting on Top of the World currently lead the race as it's set to become Burna Boy's second number 1 song on the US urban radio. We all can't wait for this to happen, because if it does happen, it's going to be a big one to Afrobeats, Burna Boy, and Nigeria entirely. For November, Burna Boy is set to begin the I Told Them tour, which is beginning tomorrow on a good note. Woo! Clap for you. But then tomorrow, 3rd day of November, Burna Boy is beginning the tour at the BMO Stadium in Los Angeles. And then we have more dates. On the 5th of November, it's going to be at the Climate Pledge Arena at Seattle. On the 7th day of November, it's going to be at the Rogers Arena at Vancouver, that's in Canada. On the 9th day of November, it's going to be at the Rogers Place at Edmonton. On the 12th day of November, it's going to be at the Ball Arena. 17th day of November, it's going to be at the Toyota Center. And then 18th day of November, Burna Boy is going to be at the Moody Center in Austin. Moving on, we saw Burna Boy I Told Them album just surpassed 210 million streams on Spotify. That is an amazing one for Burna Boy. Surpassing 210 million. It just shows that you did an amazing project. Trust me, if this album had come before now, say February, January or thereabout, this album will be close to 1 billion already. Moving on, we saw Location is Santa Dave's song with Burna Boy. I've just surpassed 480 million streams on Spotify. Burna Boy just owns Spotify lately. No cap about that. He has songs doing 400, 500, 600. Like, his numbers are insanely crazy on Spotify. And then we say congratulations to Burna Boy for amassing those numbers on the DSP Spotify. Moving on, we have Davido as the next guy on the news. Yesterday, he came out to say, when I discovered you randomly on the internet with your cover videos to making the Timeless album, I instantly knew you were born for this. Now it's your goal your debut EP, Ravi Out at Midnight. I wish you all the very best ahead of Moravi, a Travi time. Let's go. And then we saw where he came out to say, our EP is too good. We might have some new Davido music at midnight, talking about Moravi. Also, he said he is our biggest fan. And then he said, you all will understand by midnight at Moravi. Why that is pending, Davido unavailable video have just surpassed 70 million views on YouTube. At the same time, unavailable Musakis have just surpassed 96 million on Spotify. The countdown to the Davido's first 100 million has begun. Trust me, this is going to be Davido's first 100 million stream on Spotify, and we are so happy to witness this coming from Davido. Moving on, we saw Moravi yesterday brought a track list of an album of the EP rather, which adds What Is Love, I Again, Kondo, My Baby, and Magician with Davido. Trust me, Magician is an amazing job. I've bought that song more than 10 times today. Bro, that song is a killer one. And then we're also happy to see Moravi coming out in a euphoria to giving us back-to-back granga. This EP was really worth the wait. So far, for the top 5 countries with the highest airplay for Davido in the year 2023 so far, we have Nigeria, we have Ghana, we have UK, we have the USA, and then we have Spain. For Spain, you understand that Ozuna with the song Eva Longoria is giving Davido's number in Spain. In the month of October, Davido has his biggest change in airplay globally, and it went up to about 54%. That's for globally. Then for Spain, it went up to 60%. For Venezuela and Poland, it went up about 30%. For UK and UAE, 20%, 40%. For US and Ireland, 20%. For Canada, 10%. For Netherlands and France, about 15%. Morocco, South Africa, Japan, it went up 17%. Yesterday, Davido at about 11:30 thereabouts, where they had a live session with Moravi, where they actually had like a live party on Instagram celebrating the project, and obviously listened to the project till midnight when it was finally released. We also saw Davido really promoting this young lady, and it just shows that Davido really, for this time, DMW 2.0 is not child's play. This is not joke, because he is ready to make to do business, and is doing it the best way he can. Davido is one of the biggest promoters we have in the game. We have Don Jazzy doing his beats, but then Davido has the numbers, has followers, and then he just proves that he is the biggest influencer we have in Nigeria. Moving on, we have Fireboy. Fireboy, an amazing guy who is doing good for himself. We saw him speak on an interview where a couple of questions were asked him, and then he came out to give reasonable and expectant answers. Just so you know, Fireboy has announced that for this year, he is not dropping an album. So obviously, we all can wait till next year. But then the interview goes as does. He was asked, what would you say? Would you say your sound has changed as you reach larger and international audience? And Fireboy responded saying, I wouldn't say my sound has changed per se. I would say my sound has evolved with the time and growth of African music over the years. I have always prided myself in not just being an Afrobeat artist, but also being an artist and a musician of African descent who is capable of making any genre of music. My sound is a fusion of Afrobeat with pop and R&B. My sound hasn't changed and has always been multi-dimensional. I think that's one of my greatest strengths as an artist. In every single song I make, there is always the soul that identified there that's African. Sorry, I'll do that again. He said, in every single song I make, there's always that soul and identity there that's African, Nigerian, Afrobeat identity. I think this is what matters the most. And then he went on to say, so you recorded your viral hit Peru in San Francisco. Does that immediate environment around you influence the way you record your music? Do you have a preferred place and time to make music? Fireboy responded saying, I wouldn't say as much as environment matters, and sometimes it does not matter to me. San Francisco did matter at the time because that was my first time in the US. It just felt great to be there with my team, Empire, and I was just so excited. That is basically where the song came from, the excitement of being in a new place with amazing people. The atmosphere was beautiful. I just flown in from Miami, as I said in the song. So in that instance, yes, the environment really influenced the song and how it came out. Recalling the song, he said he is in San Francisco jamming and he just flew in from Miami. So he was just saying what he experienced at the time. It was asked it was asked saying, "You of all artists seem to thoroughly understand the magic of collaboration. How do you think your art has improved as a result of frequent collaboration?" Fireboy said, "Yes, yes, yes. I understand the magic of collaboration. It is a beautiful thing. For me, collaboration is more than just making more money. It's about building bridges and relationships that last for a lifetime. After all is said and done, we are human beings. Before we are artists, it's important to connect to the part of each other. My art has improved as a result of collaboration. Obviously, I have learned a lot from all the artists I've collaborated with, and it's contributed to my growth, not just as an artist, but as a person too. Connecting with artists like Ed Sheeran, Madonna has really changed my outlook of what success means to someone. Success does not have to overwhelm other people. Success is just success, but people are different. Seeing how chill and human these people are, despite the massive success they have amassed, is just inspiring. It has really helped me in my character development. I am really appreciative of the artists I've worked with, and I look forward to working with more artists in the future. In the future, I really want to work with Post Malone. I really love it. I really love him, and I love his music. So in coming days, most likely we might have Fireboy and Post Malone in the studio. That's going to be a nice one to see. Moving on, we saw where he was also asked, "What can we expect from you the next year, and how do you think your forthcoming art has evolved since Playboy?" Fireboy said, "Next year is going to be very beautiful. I can feel it in my guts. This year has been sort of quiet for me in a way that I think it was very necessary. I have taken all that experience, I have packaged everything mentally, and I'm using that to work forward. My upcoming project is going to be beautiful, and my fans are going to love it. I can just tell. I am just grateful for the experience that was Playboy. I am just grateful for the experience that was Playboy. That was quite an era for me, but I knew it was going to be short-lived. Like I always say, it is just a phase. It's an era, and eras come to an end. New era come, and I am excited about what is coming next year. I'm currently working on my next album, and I'm going to be touring a lot next year. I'll be touring more than I did this year. Right now, I can't wait to get back up to Lagos and finish up the album." And then finally, we saw our second to the last question was asked, "What does success look to you now at this point in your career?" Fireboy said, "I think the idea of success changes you as you grow as a person. Right now, success is when you are doing what you love, making money from it, and have some sort of fulfillment from time to time. You are not always going to be happy. That's one thing I've realized in life. No matter how successful you are in life, you are not always going to be happy, and that's okay. You should feel fulfilled whether you're sad, happy, angry, down, or up. It doesn't matter. If you can say, I am doing what I love, yeah, I may not be happy right now, but if I died right now, would I die a fulfilled man? If the answer to that question is yes, then I think you are very successful." Coming from Fireboy. Finally, it was asked, "Where in the body do you think the best music comes from? Head, heart, stomach, or guts? Conversely, where in the body do you think music eats the best?" Fireboy responses was, he said, "It starts from your head and then to your heart. You get melodies in your head, you write the lyrics from your heart, and when the music comes out right, you feel it so much in your gut." I kind of feel like this is the smartest way to have answered this question. Trust me, so smart. And then he went on to say, "You just have that gut feeling that yes, this is it. I think the whole combination just makes the whole process beautiful. Where music eats the best depends on who and what kind of song you're making. Sometimes you feel it in your legs. You just want to dance and move. Music is freedom. It could just be anywhere, anything, and anyhow. It is just, and that's one thing, and that's one of the most beautiful things I appreciate the most about music. It could just eat you anywhere." Coming from Fireboy Damola. Anyways, guys, my name is Daki. We'll catch you guys on the very, very next one. Stay safe, guys.